future Nomad here. I just want to apologize to you guys because this video was meant to come out when the 3 skins came out for Dead by Daylight. However, due to work and being on severe burnout and planning other videos, I sadly could not upload the video in time, but I just wanted to upload this video. Even though some people have already came up with these theories, I have come up with some more, a little bit more specific, but yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy, and as an apology, here are some dancing Yautja Predators from the Predator 2 movie. Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. So originally the video that I was going to do about this game, about how my thoughts on what could be coming to Dead by Daylight for the Xenomorph has already came out, so there's no really point in me doing a video on that, but I would love to talk about the skins that came out, as well as talking about some future content coming to Dead by Daylight and my thoughts on how it could possibly go. So without further ado, let's begin. Before we get into the skins, I just want to thank the animators for making the aliens seem so lifelike and capturing the perfect personality. Well, I wouldn't say personality, more so feeling that the Xenomorph would have. So they really kept that scary, irky, hunting feeling. And it really shows, and they actually go for that. But they were more so not only inspired by the original movie, but they were inspired by the game Alien Isolation, which I think did amazing to bring the Xenomorph into the light of horror again. With that out of the way, let's get into the skins. And the first one I have to bring up is the Xenomorph Queen. No, I'm sorry. Before we start breaking anything down, what on earth were you guys thinking? Because, oh my god, the amount of people I found talking about this creature and its figure. And I was even like, I understand that the whole entire premise of the Alien series is about motherhood, but god damn, oh my god. Y'all know what you were doing. Y'all knew. You know what's even more funny is that I showed this to my Discord, and immediately one of my artists were like, I already know. So for my entertainment, I'm gonna post it here. And I'm sorry, but you gave me ammo to use for this video, so I'm gonna use it. Here it is. The Xenomorph Queen has surprised me to no end, because I honestly thought that the Xenomorph Queen was going to be a smaller version, the same size as the Xenomorph drone. How this would have worked, I would have guessed that maybe the entity shrinked the Xenomorph so that wouldn't gain out of control or independence, still believing it depended on the entity. So it would have been strange, but yeah, so I'm so glad that the Xenomorph Queen finally has a playable sense, because I think this is the first time that players can actually play as the Xenomorph Queen. Not only that, but she's like the tallest killer out of all of Dead by Daylight, which is insane. It's crazy, and I'm glad for that detail. There's another detail that I would love to talk about, maybe lore-wise, on how a Xenomorph Queen is able to withstand, well, how the Xenomorph Queen is still dependent on the entity. And a lot of people are probably saying, shouldn't the Xenomorph Queen think on its own, or no longer be able to think or take the entity's commands? And I want to say yes and no. The Xenomorph Queen is extremely smart, and it is very deadly. So that's a definite. So there's no need to think that the Xenomorph Queen is dumber or not independent. However, it is still dependent on the entity, and I think I know why. In my first video, I said that the Xenomorph drone is only following the entity because it is tricked into thinking the entity is a form of a Xenomorph Queen. Now, the Xenomorph Queen, while independent, still responds to a higher up, and that higher up is the Xenomorph Matriarch. Hey, this is Future Nomad here. I just want to apologize because apparently I got the names wrong. Xenomorph Matriarch is the Xenomorph Queen from AVP 2010. While she is a older Xenomorph with just as deadly qualities as a Xenomorph Queen, she actually responds to a much more higher up. And that higher up is the Queen Mother Xenomorph, or the Hive Mother. So throughout this video, you're going to hear me say the Queen Matriarch or the Xenomorph Matriarch. Just know that that's not actually the name. I'm going to put the name under it. Anyways, I'll let you guys get back to the video. Back on Xenomorph Prime, there is a Xenomorph known as the Matriarch, which is an older version of the Xenomorph Queen that controls Xenomorphs all over the universe, from what I gather. And we've only seen her once, and that was in Aliens War, I believe it was called, where Xenomorphs of the dark color that we know of fight off a rare Xenomorph variation known as the Red Xenomorphs. It is my favorite comic of the Xenomorphs, and I hope we get a Red Xenomorph possibly skinned to this game because, oh my god, I would love it so much. Next is a really good choice I love that they made, which was bringing the alien clone from Aliens Resurrection. For those wanting the lore of this character's story, the Xenomorph clone is a clone of Ripley and DNA of a Xenomorph. This is one of the failed experiments who I guess eventually escaped, or the entity brought back to life after it died. In the movie, Ripley, who is currently dead but now has a clone named Ripley 8, has survived and goes on to learn that she is a clone and not the real thing. There's not that much story that goes on behind this. Resurrection wasn't really that well received from fans, and it really wasn't my favorite, but I did love this one scene, which was one take.
The hell are you?
The last Xenomorph I want to really talk about is Grid. Grid is an alien from AVP, or Alien vs. Predator. This brings so much excitement to me because it may be a subtle hint that we might just get the Predator as another killer character. And I have been talking about it since the video that I made on my thoughts on the Xenomorph coming to Dead by Daylight, and I already have a whole good plan on how this could work. Regardless, Grid has a huge kill count when it comes to killing predators on screen, being the total of 2, Chopper and Celtic, with Celtic absolutely giving Grid the works, and basically the whole entire look of Grid is thanks to Celtic. However, Grid was unfortunately killed off in an explosion set by Scar, and yeah, it was a dumb way for the character to die, but nonetheless, Grid has always been a Xenomorph character that every fan of Aliens could love. Now, before I go, I want to talk about how I think the Predator would be introduced into Dead by Daylight. From what I heard, the next chapter or season, depending on, I don't know how Dead by Daylight does their next updates kind of thing, but from what I heard, there will be a new killer coming to the game with no maps and no survivor. Now, I'm very curious on how this is going to work, and my idea is I would really like it to be how I said originally in my other video, having the Bad Bloods be the main killer of the Predator in Dead by Daylight. Because I honestly cannot see any of the honor-bound Predators doing this by killing people that are considered not honorable or not worth hunting. So I can see them coming into Dead by Daylight, and I'm mostly just envisioning the Predators from the 2010 film. And how I think this is going to work is I think that the Predators are going to be dropped into the alien section of Dead by Daylight. Maybe one of the Xenomorph kills off one of the Predators. Maybe the facehugger that comes in from the Nostromo map infects one of the Predators, because I think that was actually setting up for this meetup. I think that's going to be one of the main things that's going to happen, and it's going to help the Predator in this game. And I think I know why, because it would just be a free skin to give to the alien about giving it a Pred alien look. But anyways, I think we're just going to get the 3 Predators from the Predators movie. So I just can't wait for that to maybe be the case. I'm really, really hoping, and I'm pretty sure a lot of Predator fans are hoping too, because if there's one thing that I know is that Aliens and Predators franchise, they're always going to be mixed together, no matter how much you want to try to take them apart. But anyways, that's my thoughts. That's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.